maybe like I could see how just on evolution level, like we have in the civilization level, like we've got so many comforts now that like you can be a lazy fuck.
I remember
that's
still
my thing
live
about it.
and still have kids.
My part thing is in the past, cell phones have been around for what, the past 10 years.
Some of them have been around for more than 10
more than 10
years. I get that, but the smartphones 10 years.
Smartphones, yes.
And my thing is, like you say, our brains getting smaller because our bodies are evolving into a fact that we don't need it. We don't need to maintain that big of a brain. I'm worried that this could be like that the past 10 years could be a side effect of the intellectual side, a bad part of the intellectual side.
Maybe. Go ahead, Mystic.
I had a professor once. Where you were talking about, like we were talking about in ancient times, the oral fucking storytellers that would go around and tell stories, and and somebody said, well, how do they remember all this shit? And he goes, because they didn't have 8 seasons of The Office rolling around in their head. Like think about it.
Right.
That's fucking
right.
We have this whole sensory overload. I mean, we take in so much information that you can't remember that was their only job.
Right.
Yeah.
They just remembered stories.
Yeah.
I think it was Socrates even. Well, he's known for not ever writing anything. We only know about him because people who wrote about him. But I think he also was like someone who actively was like writing stuff down. Hell no. Like you're going to lose that ability to have it all up here.
Right. Yeah, and they said it's kind of akin to the way our brains are going is we are upgrading our processor and our RAM, and our hard drive is getting smaller, which I thought was a good analogy for that. Now, something else that I learned about, which was kind of shocking to me, was that our skulls are actually getting smaller. The shape of our skulls is changing.
Beautiful skull.
And now you're
skulls are timeless.
I've heard the same shit on Ancient Aliens, and you're starting to scare me.
Oh my god.
Okay, so about 250 years ago, our faces began to change. So industrialization interrupted the ancestral patterns of weaning and feeding, with babies nursing on demand for years while also trying solid foods under adults' watchful eyes. So when the mothers went to the textiles and we started giving them increasingly processed foods instead of saying, okay, here, chomp on this fucking deer or, tear into this turkey leg.
Here, don't choke yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
It's actually it's changed the shape of our skulls, and they're much more narrow than what they used to be. And actually, they're finding that our mouths do not have enough room for our teeth anymore. Ancient peoples, so ancient Romans, actually had straight teeth compared to us. We have much more.
What's that mean, straight teeth?
They had room for it. They had room. Right. They had room for the teeth
you
to
didn't
grow
have to take
in.
your wisdom teeth out.
They didn't have to take anything out. Now they're saying that it's considerably crowded compared to what it used to be.
Oh, so that's actually just a bad evolutionary symptom.
Right, because we're
getting by because we have the technological means to.
It's an evolutionary thing that is caused by not only evolution of people being born and being able to reproduce with these problems, but also what we are eating when we are children and how that is shaping our mouths. That's actually changing what's going on here. And it's affecting, they're saying all of this crowding in the skull is actually affecting the breathing of children. They've got, what's the thing? Sleep apnea.
Yeah, I heard. Okay, it was that little 6-year-old who got arrested and handcuffed. They said, "Oh, she suffers from sleep apnea," and I'm like, I thought, isn't that for old fat people?
Well, I guess it's a big problem for kids now.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and that was something that I had never considered. All right, so just to wrap it up, talking about technology and how that has changed the survival of the fittest, and kind of speculating on where we're going in the future here. So they're saying that survival of the fittest no longer applies. Our medical technology has changed the face of that. And basically evolution in humans, evolution is occurring in two other ways. Efficiency based. So let's say you are physically would have been completely fucked up and incapacitated 250 years ago. Now, I don't know, maybe you're a mad programmer or some shit. Who knows?
Like if you were told dweeb today, back then, like you wouldn't survive.
Right. So that has changed that.
They didn't have peanut allergies back in the day. Because you died from it.
And then another one is transhumanism. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot. We're going to be seeing a lot of that, like what Teddy was saying with CRISPR. So that's basically trying to get some of these recessive genes out and trying to increase our lifespan and basically hack our humanity. So there you have it, human evolution.
Humanity.
Yeah.
It's interesting that how we're at a point in society that we've